the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Well, a very good morning to you this beautiful Monday morning, the start of another beautiful week. And yes, we bid you welcome to VOP this morning. It's indeed, yes, a beautiful week. We have to positively say it into the week so that we all will experience it. We're super excited to be here. And yes, we are very, very much excited that you are there with us. All right. Well, on a beautiful morning like this, I definitely will not be alone. The rest of the team is here. And, well, maybe I should just say very good morning to the very amazing Fina. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning, David. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. It's super interesting, actually. I'm happy to be here this morning. You know, when you're talking about how good the week will be, I was just smiling because that was actually what I was anticipating to get. The president himself said we should say positive things, so we are actually doing what the president said we should do. Okay, it's going to be a wonderful week. Believe me when I say that.
All right, that's I think that's an addition.
I don't understand.
Amazing, a very amazing.
What happened to your Renew Hope? Renew Hope say have.
I'm not even talking about that.
All right.
I'm talking about the name. You know, he called it very amazing.
Oh my God.
That's
Are you
cool.
serious? Did you just say that?
All right. Good morning to you, Lagos. It's VOP this morning, and yes, we're here to serve you everything you need in terms of information and entertainment. Right. So we urge that you stay with us as we go into the program. Well, we do have quite a lot to talk about this morning. Of course, we'll let you into the things that we'll be talking about this morning. All right, just come along with us, and it promises to be a good time. Now, don't forget that you can be part of the conversation that we're sharing right here by following us on YouTube. It's Voice of the People TV. If you've not done that, take a minute, do that right now. Put on the notification, and voila, you'll be part of everything we do right here. Now, I had a good time yesterday, I must say. I had a good time yesterday. The rains came down.
Oh, yeah, that part.
And I remembered my childhood.
Oh, wow.
Did you play under the rain?
Yes, I did.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
Like I ran under the rain and it felt so good. Yeah. To see my neighbors being from there, I'm like, you want to join me? Come on, let's be children again. Let's forget about the sorrows, the troubles, the everything that Nigeria is plagued with right now. Yeah, and just have fun playing under the rain.
That is a beautiful one.
Good. And it was a good one.
Well,
I enjoyed it.
The excitement I can really tell from your voice. But then, something amazing have been happening or did happen during the weekend, and I'm talking about the chess champion, the very child education advocate Tunde Onokoya, breaking the world record for the longest chess marathon after playing for an extraordinary 60 hours non-stop under the bright lights of New York City's Times Square.
Guinness World Record have not yet to respond.
Oh, yes.
Yet to respond.
Yes.
But we anticipate that he will be given he will be awarded the record because he beat the previous record holder. And this was done under the view of everyone. So there's nothing hidden about it. and we learned that at some point he had health challenges. At some point, you know, he felt like throwing up, felt his stomach churning, hurting, but he found a way to pull through. That's a good one to the 29-year-old Tunde Onokoya.
I was actually happy to also notice that the likes of Davido actually was there to cheer him up.
Oh, yes.
They were there,
amazing.
like, yeah, exactly. At times, trying to cheer him up.
Oh,
You know
yes.
what actually interests me on this particular part is we could recall when cookathon happened.
Oh,
Before they
He's
could
a
carry
bastard.
down the last pot of rice, plenty people have already started doing the cookathon
Well,
thing. But
I
this
just-
chess game,
I just hope that we won't have the same thing that happened
How many
during
person can play
Hilda
chess?
Bassi's. No. That's not where I'm going to.
all right?
During the cookathon, there was a time frame that she wanted to meet up with, but unfortunately, some minutes and hours were taken off due to the fact that certain parameters were not met. So I just hope we won't have certain not meeting, maybe your bathroom break or whatever break that he might have may not. I just hope it doesn't affect the 60 hours that he met up with. Oh well. Congratulations once again to Nigerians. Congratulations to Ikorodu-born Tunde Onokoya.
Ikorodu boys.
Have to bring that.
Nice
Oh,
boys.
yes. Oh, yes. Congratulations to all of us. All right, let's get into the conversation for the day. All right. Do know that today we'll be looking at a view of the former defense chief, Theophilus Danjuma, where he has criticized the Tinubu administration over its handling of insecurity. And he tagged this: Nigeria has become a laughing stock. Oh, well. We'll look more into that one. Well, that's his view, but we'll look at insecurity in Nigeria and how the world perceives Nigeria in terms of insecurity.
Exactly, and also checking or looking at the economic situation of Nigeria. The Vice President Shetima attributes currency rebound to Tinubu's leadership. We'll look at all these stories when we'll come back after the break. But
All right, those are our focus for the day, and we urge you to stay here with us because it's definitely going to be an interesting ride. But before we go into that particular discussion, we would be having a very, very short break, after which we'll be going straight to looking at what the front pages are saying this beautiful morning. And of course, we have with us right already in the studio, Mr. Akin Fatuke, who would be doing justice to all of that with us. And Barrister Fred Eziako, you definitely will be finding out this man when we return from this break. Stay with us.
From the views on the street
We go to bed empty hunger.
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries. Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people. When your morning starts, make sure to look around for the right company to serve you everything you need to know about what's happening around you. That's why you need VOP This Morning, because we will climb this far to give you a voice in what's going on, from news, reviews, politics and the economy, sports and even entertainment. Join us weekdays 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on VOP TV. VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
All right, welcome back. Now let's get into the conversation proper. Former Chief of Defense Staff, General Theophilus.
You mean the newspaper review?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Newspaper review. I was just, itching to go. So, yes. Well, let's get into the paper review. Okay. Well, we do have joining us in the studio Mr. Akin Fatunke, who is a communications consultant, economist, and also a big player in the oil and gas sector, and, well, a public affairs analyst. It feels good to have you this beautiful Monday morning.
Thank you very much, Moses, Fina, and David. Some years back, now retired General Danjuma met me on the lift at La Pal House. And this is not making a joke, but, he had a chubby chick, now much more older, and said, young man, you seem to be in a hurry. Moses, you are in a hurry.
Okay, that was below the belt. Below the belt. Oh well. I hope your weekend was good. Let's start with that. And
well, we thank God, except for what happened in the Ota axis. The rains wreaked havoc. So the El Nino effect is having its terrible, terrible effect, and people should just know we should be very, very careful. It's a tip of the iceberg, and people in lowlands should heed NIMET's
advice, yes, to move to higher grounds.
My heart, my soul, and I'm sure VOP goes to people who lost valuables in that incident of yesterday in Lagos and outside Lagos, perhaps. Thank you.
All right, and where some were, dancing in the rain, some were crying, unfortunately. So I feel bad right now. I feel bad.
Well, sometimes that's what life brings to some persons.
Oh, well. Well, let's get into the papers now. The Daily Independent is up right here. And the banner headline here reads, Banks recapitalization. Fear of injection of illicit funds into weak lenders heightens. All right. And when you take a look on top of the nameplate, we have Serap gives Wike governors 7 days to account for trillions of naira FAC allocation. Shareholders set agenda for new SEC board. Say commission must be proactive, deal with unclaimed dividends. Protest rock Ondo over APC Guba primary. Nigeria leads other developing economies in enhancing pharmaceutical industry. RMRDC. Marafa asked Matawali to withdraw remarks against Northern elders. PDP neck. Senators didn't collect $2 million from Wike, says Abamoro. Another bold headline here underneath the pictorial, ex-Nigeria Airways staff, 20 years after, FG yet to clear 34 billion naira severance package. All right. And back to the side strip there. Lagos APC should give Guba ticket to Ambode in 2027. All right then. Stakeholders. That's according to stakeholders. And the bottom strip. Fleeing villagers storm Zamfara government house to seek protection from bandits.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think that's a good place to go to. It was a wise decision as far as I'm concerned that they headed to the government house. And hopefully they got the protection that they sought. All right. Well, these are the headlines on the cover page of the Daily Independent. All right. How do you respond, or how do you? Which one tickles your fancy the most?
The one about security, obviously, it's become a recurring decimal. Security is still paramount in our country. It's everybody's responsibility, and I want to believe that the gesture of those who ran to the government house are sending clear signals. But you, Moses, and I, living in those areas, must recognize the fact that we have to make our places safe abode. So Moses apparently is a Christian, and if Muslims or non-Christians are affected, naturally we will make sure that it takes the extra step to save. I presumably say I am a Muslim, and I will be looking out for my Christian brothers and my Christian brethren to make sure we're safe. So going into the government house, there is no Christian, there is no Muslim, there is no enemies.
But even if
like
you
that.
look at it, the insecurity in the northeast, basically the insecurity in Nigeria, doesn't have anything to do with religion anymore, because we see them attack mosques,
Everywhere.
we see they attack marketplaces, regardless of which religion might be living in that area. So it has nothing to do with religion right
Moses,
now.
All true. De jure. But de facto. The people that fuel this and who use this for fiendish ends will always want to try and do something. And so it goes without saying. Now, the capitalization that illicit funds might come in, I laugh. I laugh.
Why?
I laugh in Latin because I am much more convinced that we have a samurai in Central Bank of Nigeria who knows the tricks and who know the trade. Trace the money is the name of the game. Those monies are going to be traced. Yes, I am working under a ceteris paribus now that we are going to be ethical in all the things we do. And we have some technology that can also trace money that goes to religious houses, that goes to mosques here and there. When some of these illicit funds come in, you begin to ask questions. Have you paid your tax? Where is it going to come from? And this, for me, is a time that Nigeria will actually come out and say, we are fintech champions of the world. I foresee a situation where some people are scared about the big tsunami that is going to hit the banks. I'd like to say to them, and in fairness, that these banks, those who are going to be doing the merger and acquisition, should have the human face. Don't let us just let people away. Treat them with dignity, treat them and make sure that they take their fair due in a dignified manner. Nigerian Railway, that gentleman, my statement to Mr. Okiria, who is the chief samurai in railways. Again, Moses, perhaps long before you were born, Nigerian Railway was a place which was the main employer of labor. But down the line, after Imodu and all that, we began to see situations where people who have put in years, they'll be putting them on the back, not be paying them their dues.
Okay,
I say,
are you talking about the Nigerian Airways stuff?
Nigerian Railway.
Railway, okay.
Nigerian Railway. And that deja vu is not a very good image for Nigerian Railways. Please nip this in the bud very, very quickly. Pay the guy his dues if it's genuine. And if it's not genuine, please come out and let your communication say so. Nigeria will survive.
All right, then.
Okay, so from there on, let's just move to the Punch newspaper, where the banner headline here reads, "Banks withhold 530 billion naira CBN funds. Cardoso may order refund." Riders, Access Bank, GTB, FCMB, 6 others keep unused funds. SMEs seek fresh loans. NFIU, NISA, NIRSAL, that's NISAL, yes, NIRSAL, to tackle anchor borrowers, loan defaulters. CBN rules out intervention. Now, these are the writers of that particular headline. That's above the nameplate there. You find the headlines that reads, "FG probes $500 million local content loan projects." Equity market suffers 1.6 trillion naira loss in 1 week. Army vows revenge after terrorists kill 6 soldiers. Well, those are the head above the nameplates there. You see a major pictorial also right at the front page of the Punch newspaper. FG rolls out 2,700 CNG buses, tricycles, May the 18th. Okay. Another headline beneath that pictorial, you find Kwara shots abattoir to probe poisonous meat allegation. Motorist residents stranded as flood overruns Lagos Ogun roads. Outrage over discrimination against Nigerians at Abuja Chinese supermarket. Now, these are the headlines right there at the front page of the Punch newspaper. Well, which would you want to react to, Mr. Aki, this morning?
Well, the CNG bus is coming on May 18. Nice to hear. I am always hearing we are going to. I want actualization. Do I believe that is going to happen? Yes, I still give the benefit of doubt. Mr. President and the state governors, the challenge usually is in implementation. Thinking through, it's been long, so it's finally coming. I like that communication, but I like to see a seamless deployment whereby 6 months after, David, we are not going to be hearing tales of tales. So for us Nigerians, like Ibrahim Babangida said when the People's Bank came, this is going to be our own. We have to protect it. We have to make sure we put in adequate security. We must make sure, please get the people involved. It should not be too top-heavy. Let the people also be part of a kind of ownership so that they'll be able to want to protect. And for the trap funds in banks, I don't know why that is so. I know those are very, very, very big banks. Is there a reason why they are still not remitting? If there is any cogent reason why they are not remitting, this is management. Let's approach the central bank and tell us why you are not. And if you do not have any good reason, as part of the revamping of making sure that we control money supply and that we change our trajectory about round tripping, I am afraid the sword of Damocles is hanging menacingly, and it may hit you very, very bad. If there's any reason why you can't do what has been prescribed, like gentlemen and women, please approach the central bank and let's know why. Okay. And if there's no reason, please
I
just
would like to take you back to the the buses, the CNG buses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't it long overdue? It's almost a year now. In about a few more days, let's say in about a month and a few more days, it's going to be a year that the president announced the removal of subsidy and the introduction of CNG buses to cushion the effect of that removal on Nigerians. But at this time, we are still expectant.
Okay. Moses, you are not only right in all matters
Isn't it
particular.
troubling?
I agree with you. It's come late, except there has to be a gestation. Again, you begin to now say which one comes first, egg or chicken. So when we say subsidy is gone, we needed to have thought through the fact that this is going to take time. And I mean, there are stations that has to be converted. This has to be imported. There has to be logistics. And I think it's one of the reasons why the government, in my honest opinion, got into the panic mode of trying to be humanitarian. Supplementary wages, okay, do this, okay, do a few things, which were little trickles. But at the end of the day, let me say, better late than never, but do it very well. I think government and all the authorities and the committee should hold no prisoners if you see anybody trying to nip this in the bud. So, Moses, I also think there's a low-hanging fruit here. I don't know why you raised it. There must be a reason why you raised it, and I don't think you are going to be the only person that thinks about that. What is the place of humility? You have promised certain things to happen. It hasn't really happened. Maybe for one reason or the other. What is the place of humility to come out and say, I'm sorry, this is coming late. This is coming late. Are we going to get that?
Are we going to get that? Big
Now,
question.
one also want to ask, is the subsidy really gone? The fact that some people have the opinion that Nigerian government is still subsidizing fuel to start with. I think that was last week where the Rain Oil CEO was of the opinion that we have like approximately 600 trillion naira thereabout into subsidy payment. And the deputy, or rather the vice president now is saying something about subsidy not being paid. But some Nigerians are saying that subsidy is still being paid. So don't you think that actually will be one of the reasons that the delayed CNG buses coming out of time?
And then, sorry to add to this, would that also not apologizing and, of course, letting Nigerians know the reason why, would that not make the government not seem a bit weak from what is
Rufai told us.
perceived as being a strong government?
Exactly.
David and Fina, both of you are very right. But there's strength in humility, and the mark of a man or a woman is to accept the fact that he had thought things would not go the way they went, or there were force majeure, something extraordinary happened that will not make it. So the first thing is, I'm sorry, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Now, it comes back, you see, when you choose to speak the truth, and that is the thing, when you choose to speak the truth, other than propaganda, other than not putting the truth out there, you allow people to begin to shine. Now, on the issue of subsidy, coming back or not coming back, it looks like common logic to me. Yes, government can go ahead and say they are not, their subsidy is reduced. Reduced.
Gone.
It's gone.
That's
what I said.
Okay, well, gone,
Yeah.
but actually reduced. Come out and say the truth. Until you come out and say truth, these kind of situations will always continue. I think,
People will
in my
continue to
honest
insinuate.
opinion, it's a low point for big men
Okay.
and big women.
Unfortunately,
And,
we are
unfortunately, we are pressed for time.
we
So
are out of
let's
time.
always say the truth.
But in a
all the
minute,
time.
I'd like us to put up that headline from the Punch again, right there. In a minute, FG probes $500 million loan, local content loan. Yes, there you have it. On top of the nameplate project, and Nigeria is still looking to collect another $2.25 billion loan from the IMF. We still have a backlog of loans that are that have been basically redundant, and we're still probing the usage of those loans. Should we be looking for a loan, regardless of how easy it might be to pay back? This one that is coming is about a 40-year gestation, to pay back. Should we be looking for another loan at this time? In about a minute, please.
In 1 minute, the first 3 minutes, yes, we should be looking for loans if we can make it very, very efficient. There's nothing wrong about loans. It is when it comes into the corruptive system that we talk about. The US, China are the greatest lenders. Secondly, this loan that we are talking about is next to nothing. 1%, that's relatively free. If it's going to be targeted at production, and I want to believe
it's going to be targeted.
Yeah, emphasis on the
and I
word.
want to believe because it's coming from IMF, the conditionalities that we say must be seen to do that. I haven't said.
And some Nigerians have said, don't trust IMF.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem in getting IMF loan if it is 1% multilateral and it's going to be spread. It's next to nothing to me.
Okay.
Unlike the one that you mentioned, that we have not effectively channeled,
Okay.
including the ones that are coming, that were stolen from us and coming back, and then it's being restolen and all that. So absolutely, I think it's good for us to help do a lot of physical, including CNG, including making sure that we become real and real again. But we put their feet to fire and make sure that they do what is necessary.
All right, so this is not just a job for Serap now, but for all Nigerians. Put their feet to fire. All right, then, so we'll take a little breather. When we come back, we'll get into the conversation proper. We're looking at what now? For former Chief of Defense Staff, General Theophilus Y. Danjuma, criticizing the government's approach to insecurity. We'll talk about this when we come back.